Hey guys, it is time for a brand new month and it is time to go back to Orilium Academy, but this time with a new character. Hey guys, if you're new here, welcome to the Book Path. I'm Nicole, and if this isn't your first rodeo, thanks for sticking around. So April is upon us. It is time for Magical Readathon. But before we go ahead and tackle what courses we're going to be doing for the spring equinox for our brand new character, Alaric, there's a few other things that we got to get to before that. So first up, we're going to go over our next pick for the Cocky Hero Club. We're still making our way through them. There are a lot, but we have been enjoying them for most of it. So our pick for April is going to be The Cocky Professor by M.A. Lee. And I felt like this was kind of appropriate just because, you know, we're going to school at Orilium Academy for the month for Magical Readathon, so why not throw a romance with a professor in there, you know, for this one. But basically I was supposed to be starting a new life, but fate had something else in mind. I was in my senior year of college and had just started a new job at Morgan Financial Holdings, and I was bound and determined to get my foot in the door of the business world. I refused to ask my Uncle Hollis for more help. He had given up his life to take care of me. No way was I going to ask him for anything else. However, my new professor, Declan Berkshire, just happened to be a huge, cocky jerk. As the heir to a real estate franchise, he was both rich and a celebrity, and truth be told, the hottest guy I ever met. He also happened to be a client at Morgan Financial Holdings. Just my luck, right? While I tried to keep a safe distance from Declan, he was finding every possible way to get my attention. We both knew it was wrong to fall into a relationship. He is my professor, and I had way too much to lose if anyone were to find out, but we just couldn't help ourselves. Then we became front page news. Fearing I may have to drop my class before earning my degree, I tried to end my relationship with Declan. Refusing to give me up, Declan fought for us when I didn't think it was possible. With so much on the line, Declan made one of the most difficult decisions, and one that led us down our own magical romance. But it hasn't been easy, and someone is out to stop us from getting our happily ever after. So, sounded a little interesting, and like I said, we had to go the school route for the month. So, now as far as our Magical Readathon character goes, you all met Alaric in one of our previous videos. I will go ahead and link down below if you want to kind of see what we're building there. There was one book that I had not got to yet, and that was to get Alaric his weapon, and for that prompt was to read a blade on the cover in order to get him his sword. I still haven't done that, so we will be tackling that in the month of April as well. And in order to do that, we are going to do 5 Broken Blades by May Corland. I've heard really good things about it. It is, you know, obviously a lovely little book as well. I went over this one before as well, so I'm not going to go really into it as well, but this is going to be our sword pick to get Alaric his sword. So now that we are at Orilium Academy, this time with Alaric instead of our older characters, we have picked out the career guide, or the major, if you will, of Illusionist Rogue. I just felt like this really complimented Alaric as far as learning, kind of being cunning and setting traps, deception, you know, going with being able to travel between like kind of realms of reality, I think it is. But basically for this one, it says that for the spring equinox, we need to do 3 classes, and that is shape-shifting, art of illusion, and psionics and divination, which I think psionics and divination I have never had before in my other with my other characters, so this is gonna be interesting to see what challenges we get for this one. But first up, we will go with shape-shifting, and in order to do shape-shifting, our course focus is on miniature dragons. And the reading prompt is to read a book with a dragon in the title or on the cover of the story. And obviously, I had the best one saved up for this. Obviously, I need to get caught up in my 4th wing realm, and we are going to be tackling Onyx Storm. It does have a dragon on the cover as well as on the pages. It's got some sprayed pages. So yeah, we have dragons. I'm not going to get into this, obviously. 4th wing is its huge, you know, hyped up universe right now. I have read both the previous 2 books for this. I have been trying to avoid spoilers at all costs for this, yelling at friends to not spill any beans on this so that I can enjoy this. So this is going to be the month to do that one. But obviously you have dragons, you have a Dragon Academy, you have these kind of shadow, almost necromancer type mages with wyverns that are the enemy, and everything's just coming to a fold. Last book left up on a doozy of a cliffhanger, so we will be getting into this one for our shape-shifting. So next up, we have Art of Illusion. And for Art of Illusion, we are focusing on distance manipulation. And in order to do that, we need to read a book we already had planned for this month. And the book that I had planned for this month was actually the one from our Year in Orilium adventures that we were doing. And for April, we are going on the path of 4B, which is find a winter cloak. As the terrain changes, you realize the clothes you left with just won't do. You need something much warmer. So read a book by an author with a W in the name. And you can double up on your Year at Orilium with your spring equinox courses. So this was already going to be on my TBR, and that is The North Wind by Alexandra Warwick. So we got 2 W's in the name. I've heard really interesting things about this, and it basically is inspired by Beauty and the Beast, Hades and Persephone, enemies to lovers, fantasy romance. And it says, Wren of Edgewood is no stranger to suffering. With her parents gone, it's Wren's responsibility to ensure she and her sister survive the harsh and endless winter. But if the legends are to be believed, their home may not be safe for much longer. For 300 years, the land surrounding Edgewood has been encased in ice as the shade. A magical barrier that protects the townsfolk from the deadlands beyond weakens. Only one thing can stop the shade's fall, the blood of a mortal woman bound in wedlock to the North Wind, a dangerous immortal whose heart is said to be as frigid as the land he rules. And the time has come for him to choose his bride. When the North Wind sets his sight on Wren's sister, Wren will do anything to save her, even if it means sacrificing herself in the process. But mortal or not, Wren won't go down without a fight. So, it's going to have some very interesting themes here. We're going to see how that goes. Like I said, I've heard really good things about it. So this is going to be our Year in Orilium pick for April, as well as our, what was it? Art of Illusion course book. So saves us an extra book, so why not? All right, and for our last book, we have Psionics and Divination, which is to work on psychokinesis, which is a book with witches or the occult. And so for this one, I'm going with a cozy, very well talked about book about a witch, and that is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I have heard wonderful things about this, and I'm pretty sure it's about a witch. If not, we'll pick something else out, but I'm pretty sure that this is about a witch. And basically you have Keela has always had trouble dealing with people. Thankfully, as a librarian at the Great Library of Elysium, she and her assistant Kaz, a magically sentient spider plant, have spent the last decade sequestered amongst the Empire's most precious spellbooks, preserving their magic for the city's elite. When a revolution begins and the library goes up in flames, she and Kaz flee with all the spellbooks they can carry and head to the remote island Keela never thought she'd see again, her childhood home. Taking refuge there, Keela discovers, much to her dismay, a nosy and very handsome neighbor who can't take a hint and keeps showing up day after day to make sure she's fed and to help her fix up her new home. In need of income, Keela identifies something that even the bakery in town doesn't have: jam. With the help of an old recipe book her parents left her and a bit of illegal magic, her cottage garden is soon covered in ripe berries, but magic can do more than make life a little sweeter. So Keela risks the consequences of using unsanctioned spells and opens the island's first ever and much needed secret spell shop. Like a Hallmark rom-com full of mythical creatures and fueled by cinnamon rolls and magic, the spell shop will heal your heart and feed your soul. So like I said, she's doing magic, so we're going to go with witch on it. But it sounds really cute and just fun-loving and warm, and so we are going to do that. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for the month of April as it stands now. It is probably the shortest TBR that we've had this year so far, and I am here for it. I want to take it a little bit easier, so with these 4, and then we have the Cocky Professor ebook that we're going to do with this. This is basically it. Once I am done with these, I will probably just start mood reading for the rest of the month, seeing how I'm done with, you know, a lot of other things. We will probably just go off my cart here, read some of the books that I've just been really wanting to get to, and just have fun with it. So it'll be something to look forward to. But I mean, like I said, this is pretty much what we're in for with an ebook, and it should be a nice, relaxing month, hopefully, with getting our character into his first round of coursework at Orilium. Other than that, let me know how you guys are doing. If you guys are going back to Orilium this spring as well, let me know your character, your guild. We can cheer each other on, even if we're not in the same guild. It is all in good fun. And just let me know how your spring is going. I myself have had to start with the allergy meds this season. There has been pollen already on my car. It has not been fun, but we will get through it as we do every year. So I hope you guys, my fellow allergy sufferers, are not suffering that hard. I really hope it's a mild allergy season for us all. But as the weather warms up, I hope you guys are getting out, getting your sunlight, taking care of yourselves, staying hydrated, staying warm, staying cool, whichever your temperature needs you to do. And let me know if you guys are doing anything exciting in the month ahead. I love hearing from you guys. And with that, like I said, stay warm, stay healthy, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.